Right, hello again everybody and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this week's video. Got another week gone already. I know time flies these days. Right, so I hope everybody's well and looking forwards to another video. And this week's video is going to be of a Corgi Major Toys number 1121, and that's the Chipperfields Circus Crane Truck. So before we start, I'd like to say thank you to all my regular subscribers and my new subscribers and everybody who watches, even if you haven't subscribed. And thank you everybody for watching my videos and supporting me, and thanks for all your comments and advice. It's all greatly received and much appreciated. Okay, so as I always say, sit back, relax and enjoy watching the video. See how I got on with this one. Okay, let's take a look at this one. One I bought on eBay not so long ago. The boom is bent. I don't know if you can see that there, but that's nothing because it's kind of tin, so it's easy to straighten. It's been painted in some yucky colours, but it's quite straight model otherwise. You know, it's all there. The hook's still there, slightly bent. There's plastic, so I don't want to break it. This little hook thing here, but it holds that at different heights. It's like a it's got like a ratchet kind of effect on it, and you can put the boom at, you know, whatever height. So that's broken off, but I have got a new reproduction one. The winder's all there for the cable and the hook, or the string. So yeah, it's pretty much all there. I have to put a new hook, but otherwise it's, you know, just going to be straighten the jib and dismantle and then a repaint. So not a bad model. Okay, we'll get on and dismantle it now. Right, I've just punched a little indentation in those with the punch so that I can drill. Right. Can't see what I'm doing here. Right, here's a bigger drill bit. Maybe that's not quite big enough. That's what I need. Oopsie. Right. Let's see. Let us see. Right. Put this a bit higher. There. That's nice suspension on that. Like the smaller models, that's really nice. That. Right. Yep. So there's another rivet there to drill out. Oh, that window unit seems to be stuck in there. Is it riveted? I can't. It is a rivet. I think it is a rivet. To go a little bit more. I don't want to push too hard. Can't be much holding that in. Oh, there you go. That's it. They seem pretty good condition. That should clean up nicely. Right, put this punch. Yeah, put the little tiny drill bit in again. All shaky this afternoon. I must sharpen this drill. I went hunting the other day and I found that drill sharpener that I was on about. So I'm going to do a bit of drill sharpening one of these days. Right, that come off nice. Oh my god, rivets, rivets, rivets. Right, that hook just fits on there. That hook just fits on that one like that. Try and pull it off. Like over the end. Not quite. Oh bugger, I'm going to have to drill a bit more with that. Mind you, that's just going to splay it out more than that. It'd be better just to pinch it together like that. There. Put that with the plastic bits. So that's ready for the caustic soda. Before I put it in there, I'll just drill those posts, drill the hole down the middle, put in a rivet. Now, oh god, it's dropping out. There's a spring falling out. Oh, that must go in there, doesn't it? It must have gone in there like that, and in that hole, I would think, just to hold that hook up. I would imagine. Yeah, you can see where it's been rubbing on there. Right. So I mustn't lose that. Okay. Now, like I do, we'll put my glasses on to see this. Oh, that's just a hollow pin there, so hopefully might be able to get it out without too much trouble. There you go. Yeah, well, that was nice and simple. I'll push that back through when I do it and probably just put a spot of super glue on the end. Right, so that's a screw on there. On that bit. I'm not sure if that just holds the casing on there. There you are. That's the lid of the hook there. Right, so that just pulls out. That's simple enough. I see that's the spring there. Okay. Right, so I'm going to have to drill these rivets now. They've already got a little dimple in them, so that makes it a bit easier. Okay. I never thought there'd be that many rivets in this model. I thought it was just 2 or 3 and that's it. But there you go, I was wrong. So when this one's done, that can go with the Bedford horse box, the Arctic one I did. I might try and just collect the whole set a bit at a time. I don't know if anybody else is finding the same as me, but they seem to be updating YouTube all the time, so every time you go on it there's something different. And I hate the how you do the comments now. Because sometimes if you're writing a comment on somebody's, or writing a reply to somebody's made a comment on your video and you'll want to reply to them, sometimes if it's a long, they made a long comment, you can't remember if they, what they've asked you. Well, I can't anyway. And so before, as you were writing, you could see what they'd written, but now it comes up in that little box for you to type in, and I forget. So if I go back on the comment, then it wipes all what I've just written in reply. So I don't like that at all, and I don't like where you've got to scroll through all the different videos underneath the video that's just you've just watched. Sort of up next videos, you've got to go down all past those to make a comment, and then every time you have made a comment or like you replied to a comment, it goes back up to the top and you've got to scroll all the way down again. I don't really like what they're doing to YouTube at the moment. I suppose we'll get used to it, but I find it a bloody pain in the arse. I prefer it how it was. I mean, when I was doing my forging videos a few years ago, I used to put quite a lot on my other channel, and then they changed all of YouTube then, and that's what sort of stopped me going on it. That's why I didn't do any more, very little more. So now they're doing the same with this, but I'll carry on. I will carry on with these this time. Boom, that one's through. Sit on it. Right. Come on, that's got to come, that's it. There. Right, so that little springy thing, that's going to stay in that. I don't know how it comes out, but I'm not going to take it out anyway. There's no need. So there's that. That's all ready then to the caustic soda. Right, these wheels, they got to be painted as well. So that's gone on the floor. Take those out anyway. I'll take the tyres off, sugar. I'll take the tyres off. And bloody hell, I've just bent that one. Never mind, I'll turn it with the pliers when I put the axles back. Right, okay, so I'm going to dunk all that lot in the caustic soda. Take the tyres off, and the wheels should be light blue. So, shovel that in the caustic. Tyres will go in the washing machine. My poor man's washing machine. There. Okie doke. This that has been painted, so I'll have to paint it. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I might leave that roller in, so don't see any point in trying to get it out unless, I don't know if that pin is pinned over or whether it's fixed. Actually, I think it's fixed to this. to the actual roller, so it might just, not sure. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to shove a little bit of masking tape around that roller. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do there. Should be quite easy to straighten this. Famous last words. Oops. Not too bad. There, that's not too bad. Should do. Right, okay, we're going to put that in the caustic soda and then see how we go. Right, okie dokie then, caustic soda time. I've put the boiling water in. The water's already changing colour. Right, put a bit of caustic in. There. Well, I don't think there's going to be any problem with the paint coming off that. It's changed colour pretty quick. It looks pretty revolting. I don't know which bit I've got attached to which. Well, yeah, look at that, it's nearly all gone. That's just, you know, about 15 seconds. That's good. That's brilliant. Yeah, that's nearly gone. The yellow's a bit harder, I think. It's coming off now, look. You can see. Okay, I'm going to leave that in there for a little bit longer, and then I'll obviously wash it, water, very liquid, and then wire wheel it. So I won't show that, as you know what, you know, it's just washing. So next time you see it, it'll be all wire wheeled and cleaned up, ready for priming. Okay, catch you in a bit. Okay, so that's everything cleaned up, ready for painting. So that's all polished up with the wire wheel. Now I do have to sort these posts out because, I don't know if you can see that, I blew the post out when I drilled it. I made a right balls up of that one, so I'm going to have to sort that out. So we're going to do that next. Right, so how I'm going to do this, I've got this little piece of plastic straw. It's just the right size here to go through the hole for the rivet post in the front there. And it just fits over the top, because there's half the post left there. So this just fits over the top nicely. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to push that over like that. It's quite hard plastic. It's actually the end, you know, when you get the little fine brushes, it's actually a piece of plastic, see, that goes over the end of the brushes. So I'm going to just push that over like that, glue it there, and then cut it off. And I think that's going to be, you know, strong enough. Being as there's half the post there already, still, that's going to hold it, and that's going to be enough to put the rivet in. Once it's all together, it'll be nice and solid. So I'll just glue that in and then cut the top off, cut the end off to the right height, and that should do me nicely. Okay, so that's the plan. Okay, so that's done. I don't think you can see very well because it's clear plastic, but it's done, so that's going to do alright. Okay, so that's all the bits ready. Now I'm going to go out and prime all these pieces. Okay, so I'll catch you in a minute. Okay, so that's all the bits primed up. Come out right. I'm going to go outside and paint the colour on there. So I've got red on those, yellow on those two bits, and then the light blue on the wheels. Okay, so I'm going to go out and do that. Okay, so I've painted this colour on here, but it's gone a bit dull, but it doesn't matter because I've got to lacquer it. So what I've got to do now, I've got to paint in this Chipperfields circus in this blue, the blue paint, and I've sprayed a bit in the pot, so I'll make sure I've got none on my hands. So that's what I'm going to have to do next. Probably going to have to give it a couple of coats. Well, I've had a bit of a time doing the Chipperfield circus lettering on there. I've done it by hand with a brush, and I've had to give it 3 coats to cover, and then the line around the edge. But you know, it's one of those where you, well, me anyway, been painting the letters, and then I've had a couple of shakes and gone on to the bit, got some blue paint on the red. So at the end I've sort of gone around touching up the edges where I've gone on the red, and it doesn't look too bad. But on this side, when I've done the red touching up, I had 2 spray cans of red paint. You know, I usually spray a bit into a little pot to do the touching up, and I had 2, they're almost the same red, but they're just one number out from each other, and one is very slightly darker than the other, and I only picked up the wrong one, didn't I? So you can see just slightly the wrong shade there, but I'd already lacquered it before I really noticed, because when I put it on I thought, well, it's light, it usually dries darker. So, but anyway, it doesn't look too bad. You've got to look quite close to see it. You know, you wouldn't really notice it unless I told you, or somebody told you it was like that. So Anyway, that's done. That took me, it must have taken me a good hour and a half, 2 hours to get all that done with the different coats. Okay, so that's that bit done, ready for putting back together. That'll be the next stage. I've got a hook there. It might be slightly on the big side, but I don't think it's too big that it looks out of place. But I got 2 or 3 of these new ones, so I'm not going to go and buy another one just for the sake of it when I've got these to use. This is the other part, which is like the hook for the crane boom. That's the other reproduction part I've had to buy for that one. Okay, right, I'll spray some silver paint into my little pot there, and I'm going to try and do some of this detailing. So, right, I've put the wheels on that ready. Done it off camera because it's a little bit tricky. One of the tyres broke, so I had to glue it. I put it on, it just snapped in half, so that's that bit. Right, now I've got to, and I want these bits here, that spring, go there, I want these bits. Right, I think this winder has got to go in there underneath this little bar. That's like a little spring, like the suspension of the on the wheels. I'm assuming that washer's got to go this side of it, I think. I've gone too far now. It's a bit fiddly. That's going to go up in there, like so. And that bar there on there, that's what stops it unwinding. It just, see, puts a bit of tension on it. Now the trick's going to be to keep it there till I put it back onto that bit. Right, so this bit's got to go in there, like that. I think that's it, and then this piece goes over the top. If I can get it in. That's got to fit in that little slot there like that. That's it, like that. And then the screw. There's a screw here that goes in there. It's supposed to go in there. So here we go again. My favourite thing, the screws. Oh, bloody hell. These magnetic screwdrivers are okay in one way. They're a pain in the arse in another way. I need a slightly bigger screwdriver. And then it's not easy trying to do it over the camera. Oh, bugger. See, that's what happens. They'll scratch the bloody paint. Hate these damn screws. So that's a bit of touching up to do. Oh dear. I tell you. Right, before we do anything else, put the string through there. Ready. Do a couple of turns. Right. Okay, so that's all ready for the boom. Oh, that's falling out now. Right, I think I've got to put this on here now. I don't know if I'm better putting this boom on first. Maybe. So this is the pin that goes through there. Going to line up the holes. Cool, it's not so easy to line up the other one though. There. It's one of those hollow pins. Actually, I'm just going to put a little blob of glue on that because then it saves chipping any more paint. There. That'll hold the pin in. Okay. So this string, whoops, the hook. The string should have gone up the other side of that, so that's going to be fun. Over there. That's it. I've just unwound it again instead of winding it up. That's probably enough. my dirty fingerprints everywhere. Right, put the hook through. There. The skizzers. That's it. Another bit of cord wasted. I'm just going to wash my hands because I'm all sticky now from this waxed string. Right, I'm back. Right, so I need to put this back in. Right. Now, I have to put this in there, so I'm going to put it. Right, that's okay. Oh, it was okay, it's falling out again. Right, so I'm just going to put a blob of glue on each piece there, on each rivet. Try and take the top off the glue with my teeth. Right, I have to hold that a bit whilst it dries. Okay, I'm just going to hold it a bit whilst it dries and then we'll come back to it. Right, I need to put this hook on there. Now, I've got to put this on the chassis now, so okay, so it goes like that. Touch on there. Yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do, I might put a little bit of glue on these bits. Yeah, 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 and in there. Now, the spring has to go in here first, and then this. Shit. Not the easiest of things to do. I need to get a rivet in there. Christ's sake. This isn't easy. This just isn't working. Just isn't working. If I put this rivet, it might be better. No, that one's too long. This is turning into a disaster. Turning into a right disaster. It's because of the spring. It's pushing against this. Well, it's not staying together. Just not staying together. Okay, right, I'm going to have to hold that together for a bit, so. Okay, we're coming back when I've held it there for a while. Right, right now, before I forget, the old windscreen, let's put that in. I need to wind this blooming hook up a bit more, because he's going to end up chipping the front of the cab. Right, so that's that. Now the base. Okay, some glue. Right, I've got two short rivets. Oops, two short rivets and a long rivet, and that's my super glue on the floor. Oh. Right, here we go. Well, definitely the long rivet goes in the middle one. Actually, I think probably I'll leave it there now. So I've got this one. Yeah, I won't use that one. I'll put a short one in the front. And get bugger in there. Which I don't seem to be able to. Ah, bugger it, I'll just put this one in there. I'm sure the long rivet fitted in there. Can't remember now, bugger it, I'm just going to put the short one in. It'll still stick because I put plenty of glue down there. If I can get it in. Then she goes there. Right, now I've knocked a couple of little chips in there. So I better touch those up. That's always happens. It does to me anyway. When you put the bits together, sometimes they touch and sometimes you knock it. I shouldn't really wear my rings when I do this. I keep saying that, but I always end up doing that. And that knocks chips out if you're not careful. Okay, that's it. Right, okay, so that's another one done. Another one saved from the scrapyard. I did have a disaster on this, the other side, this yellow. I chipped it and I tried touching it up and it looked awful. So I tried painting it again with a brush that side and it looked even worse. So in the end I've had to take the all the yellow part off again and clean it all down and repaint the whole thing. But anyway, it's come out alright this time, so we got there in the end. I don't think there's hardly any model I've done that's straightforward. It's always been some sort of hitch or cock up. Anyway, I suppose that's the way you learn, eh? So I'm pleased with the way it's turned out now. I think it looks quite nice compared to what it was. So that's another one to go to my Chipperfields collection. So I'm going to try over time and collect the rest of the vehicles for the Chipperfield circus. But I want to get all the old ones, knackered ones that I can restore. So I want the whole set to be restored vehicles and not bought ones that are good. Sorry about that. My missus is watching Compay Take It Away and she likes Elmore Victor, and he's just come on the telly, so she's got all excited. That's her calling out, Elmore Victor! Never mind. And there you go, I've even made a box for it. I had to do it on 2 A4 sheets. It's supposed to be done on an A3 sheet, so I've had to do it on 2 A4 sheets and join it in the middle. But it's fine. Perfect. Just the right size. Okay, so before we'll go, we'll remind ourselves of what it was like before we started on the turntable, and I'll stick this one back on now and we'll watch it going round, and then you can compare the two. And I'll do a few still shots outside. I'm not going to do anything fancy, just this one vehicle, and yeah, so that's that. We'll see you next week, and ta-ra for now. Stay safe. Bye.